What's going on? In this video, I'm going to show you the fastest way to go from $0 to $10,000 per month very consistently within the next 30 days and as fast as humanly possible. Like if someone held a gun to my head and said, we're going to execute your neighbor Kyle's cat, Jimmy, unless you make 10K, I guarantee I'll do it using this strategy. So if you're new to my channel, you're probably wondering, who the hell is this guy? Why the hell does he have so much energy and why does he drink so much coffee? Well, my name is Mehdi, and the reason I'm qualified to even teach you this stuff is because here's some of my Stripe results. 29th of February, I know it's a little bit outdated, last month and all, I get it. But yesterday's revenue, £16,000, which is a lot more than $10,000 in a month. So if I've done that once, you might be thinking that's cool, but how consistently do you do this? 27th of Feb, £7,800. And then there's a bunch of these screenshots, right? The point is, guys, I make a lot of money, but that's not the craziest part. And I know that's not why you're here. You're not here because I'm handsome, I'm sexy, or I make a lot of money. You're here because you want to be able to do the same for yourself, which we're going to get into, which is why I need you to stick until the end of the video. Because rule number one to making $10,000 a month is having an attention span, investing into yourself and learning. And if you cannot stick until the end of this video, my friend, you will never make $10,000 a month, let alone 5, let alone 2. The craziest part is I've done this using no paid ads, like virtually zero money spent on ads. And the crazier part is you don't need a massive following to do this either. I've got insane results inside of my business. And if you look at my following on Instagram, I only have 5,600 followers. It's not a lot of people. And I haven't just been able to do this myself. If you see in my school community, or my clients, Mike and Lucas, who had a $15,500 day. If I can help these guys get to $15,500 in a day, then I might be able to help you do that in a month. Or my client Shay, who did about $3,000 her first 3K sale in just her first 3 weeks. And there's a bunch of other crazy results, but that's not why you're here. You're here because you want to learn this, the fastest strategy to 10K per month in 30 days. So let's break it down. What $10,000 a month actually looks like. I don't know why people put this number on a pedestal. They think like, the minute you make 10K a month, you start flying around the world, financial freedom and all. It's exciting, it is gonna change your life, but I promise you once you get there, you're gonna want more. Happens to everyone. Here's the deal, right? The easiest way to make 10 grand a month is number one, work out your numbers. Because if you don't figure out the numbers, it's like trying to bake a cake and not doing the measurements. Like you can mix the eggs, flour, sugar, milk, etc. But the cake's never gonna come out right unless you have the right measurement. So look at the numbers and then work backwards, okay? So let's say you have a $2,000 offer, and if you're sitting there thinking, well, I don't know what to offer for $2,000 or I don't have a $2,000 offer, we're gonna get to that, okay? Simple numbers first. $2,000, you need 5 clients. Now, when you really break it down, the average month is about 30 days. 5 over 30 equals 1 client every 6 days. The only thing, if you remove all the noise, remove all the distractions, the only real thing standing between you and a $10,000 a month is just figuring out where to get a client every 6 months. And that's it. And I know it sounds simple because it is, but it's not easy, right? And the reason most people find it so difficult is because A, they don't know what the hell to offer. So let's draw a magical offer. You're gonna see my Picasso skills today. Number one, they have no idea what they should offer to the marketplace. And number two, they don't know who the hell they wanna offer it to either. Drawing them a person, right? It's pretty handsome, if you ask me, right? It's a bit autistic or... I'm joking. I don't want to get cancelled before this channel blows up. But the point is, at the end of the day, most people don't know what to offer into the marketplace or who to offer it to. So the example that we're going to go with is a fitness trainer. The biggest mistake I see most fitness trainers doing is they see everyone else charging $200 a month and say, I want to charge $200 a month. Biggest pile of bull that I've heard in my entire life. You don't just go out there and charge whatever everyone else is charging because then you don't stand out. My advice to most fitness trainers or anyone in the content or agency space or coaching space is start off with a decent price point. Now, $2,000 is still pretty low. You're probably wondering, well, why would a client pay me $2,000? Well, the reason your client will pay you $2,000 is if you have an offer that's specific with 2 things. There's only 2 things that you need, actually 3. Number one is the experience. Think of it like this. When we go out there and we pay for virtual tickets to watch a boxing match, we're sitting at home, streaming it from our laptops or our phones or our TVs. We're gonna pay $20, $50 at most for a pay-per-view. But then when we go in person, the experience is different. So because it's more intimate, we're willing to pay more. Tickets can go up to $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, even up to $20,000, depending on whether you buy them in resale. So because the experience is different, you're willing to pay more. So from what I've seen, through years of experience and helping countless clients build out incredible offers, the experience that you want to start with is one-on-one. Don't go out there and launch a course. Don't launch a training program. Don't give out PDFs or guides. Work with your clients one-on-one. And that's the first part. because you're actually giving away physical time, which is fine, up to $10,000. Beyond that, then you don't give away time and you delegate and there's other things. But for the sake of this video, we're showing you how to get to $10,000 a month. So you got the one-on-one aspect, okay? Now that you got the one-on-one aspect, the next thing is it needs to be time sensitive. If I sat there and I said, I can help you get six-pack abs, you might pay me $50 for the information. If I tell you I can help you get six-pack abs within the next 12 months, it's a really long time. You might say, okay, well, maybe I'll pay you $100 if you can make that happen in a year. It's a bit faster than whenever. If you're like, I can help you get abs guaranteed in 12 weeks. Holy shit, like I'm gonna look like a different person, I'm gonna feel like a different person. That's worth it, right? That's my appearance, that's my dating life. That's the chicks that I go on dates with. That's other things that now I intrinsically gain through doing it in a much faster time frame. So people pay for speed. Think of it like this. Whenever you go to a theme park, you're going on roller coasters and there's like a 3-hour queue to, get on that roller coaster. You're like, all right, cool, I'll go for the basic ticket. I spend like $20 on the basic ticket. But then you have a fast track ticket, which is like $100, but you get to go on all the rides. You get to skip this long, boring line that you don't want to wait in. What does that tell you? It tells you that people pay for speed. So you need to have speed. Speed is a must, right? Speed increases the price that you can go out there and charge. So now you got experience, now you got speed. What's the final thing missing that's going to stop you from being able to charge at a higher price point? It's outcome. What do I get in return for that money? If your client is going to pay you $2,000, the thing that they want to know is, what do I get in return for that $2,000 that's worth more? Give you another example. If I go pay for this bottle of water, right? You guys are going to make fun of my accent because I'm from the UK. I live in Dubai now. Point is, if I go pay for this water and I pay like $1 or $2, you might think to yourself, well, that's worth it because I'm thirsty, and if I don't get rid of that $1 to $2, if I don't give it away, I don't get to quench my thirst. I'm gonna stay there dehydrated, probably get a headache, my day's gonna be ruined, etc. So the price that I'm willing to part for money in exchange for this water, because the water is gonna solve a bigger problem. It's the same thing with anything that your clients buy. Is the value of the outcome bigger than the price point? If you position fitness training as, oh, you're just gonna, get in shape, it's boring, right? No one is gonna pay you $2,000 for that outcome. But if the outcome is, listen, you're gonna get abs guaranteed in 12 weeks or you just don't pay, now you're removing the risk and you're giving them an outcome. And again, outcome has to be a bit more specific than that, than a guaranteed outcome of abs. You're gonna feel more healthy, you're gonna feel confident, you're gonna love the way you look in the mirror, your, anxiety and worries about yourself is gonna go down the drain. That's a more specific outcome, right? So people pay for experience, speed, and specific outcome. Now that you got these three things nailed, most of the time, it's just overcoming fear of charging a higher price point. I would package it up into a 3-month one-on-one experience where we work with you to help you achieve this life-changing transformation that's gonna make you feel more confident in your dating life. The very same reason that you're not able to find the partner of your dreams is because you don't feel confident in the way that you look. Once we change that, what's more worth to you? $2,000? What's worth more to you? $2,000 or going out there and meeting your dream partner, changing your love life, meeting the wife of your dreams and having kids with her. Now, the pros are here and the cons of spending money is all the way down here, meaning your clients are more likely to move ahead with you, right? So it makes it an easy sale. So now you know, okay, cool. Well, I know what I'm gonna offer to the marketplace. Now you need this guy, right? This handsome young gentleman over here who's known as your target audience. Once you know, okay, what you need to do, I need to make 10K a month. Once you know what you're selling, you then need to know who you're selling it to. And people screw this up so much because the biggest mistake, and I've read so many marketing books, the one thing that every marketing book says, you could spend $10,000 on a marketing program to get coached. And the one thing that everybody says to you is this: who's your ideal client? And if you're speaking to everybody, you're speaking to nobody, right? So you need to get laser specific on the right people that you're speaking to. I want to target people that want to lose weight. That's generic. It's not specific enough. Everybody wants to lose weight. But when you get more specific, you can get deeper with the pain points of the person and increase the value of your program. I'll give you an example. If I'm going out there and teaching people how to drive a car, like everybody wants to learn how to drive a car. So the value of like driving lessons is like $30 an hour. I'm gonna teach people how to drive a specific vehicle, a van, so that you can go out there and get a logistics job that pays you $100,000 a year income and salary. I'll show you all the routes, the maps, blah, 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 that you need to make the fastest deliveries in the shortest period of time. Now the value goes up because the outcome is $100,000 to that specific person that wants to learn how to operate a specific type of vehicle. And now I can charge $5,000 for a 6-month course or a 3-month course. And the payoff is you'll become certified. As a result, you can land a job that pays you 6 figures. Or if we were to take it even a step further, I help Formula One race car drivers win the Grand Prix. When you win the Grand Prix, you win a prize of like 3 million bucks. You get all these publicity, you get all these brand deals and associations and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is worth $100,000. Now you can charge more. It's the same skill, right? Driving, of course, like Formula One takes more skill, but more or less, the more specific that you get, the more that you can charge is the point that I'm trying to make. So in the case of fitness training, if I was to target teenage guys that just want to get into shape and date hot chicks, I'm not going to be able to charge that much because the value is just them being able to date more. However, if I'm targeting executives and CEOs that don't feel confident about themselves, constantly get passed up for promotions, lack self-confidence every time they look in the mirror, are developing health issues that are costing them, tens of thousands of dollars a year, guess what? I have a client that's now willing to pay me $2,000 and it's worth their while. Now that you understand, all right, now I want to make 10 grand a month. I know what I'm offering. I know how I'm going to package it up. And then more importantly, you understand who you're going to offer it to. The next thing you need to know, what's it going to be? You know what? I'll let you write in the comments below. And whilst you're writing in the comments, it's how to convert them. The biggest mistake that most people make, and I've coached so many different clients that all make this mistake, even Mike and Lucas, you see these guys, they've generated like $15,500 in a day. What you don't see, right, and we're gonna show you this, in a link. If you drop them a follow, let them know I sent you. Point of the matter is, before we met, they had about 30,000 followers, virtually no leads, no sales, no clients. Several viral posts with 3.8 million views, yet they were still struggling to get clients. What does that tell you? It tells you that more traffic, more viewers isn't the answer. What you need before you ever get the viewers is understanding how to convert them. Because unless you have that, how are you supposed to convert? You're gonna get a bunch of traffic and you're not gonna know what to do with it. Now, I struggled with this quite a lot starting out, right? Bear in mind, I got started when I was 14. I had no idea what I was doing until I figured this out, right? You need to build a sales process. And most people think, I need these complicated systems and blah, 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 blah. And that's not the truth. Your sales process should answer these 3 questions, right? Because now you know who the hell you're targeting, you know what you're offering them. So all people want to know before they purchase from you, think back to any purchase that you made, right? There's only 3 things that you ever want to know. Why am I buying this item? Why now? And why from this person over everyone else? So the person wants to know, who the hell are you? This little question box looks like that thing from Super Mario. They need to know, who the hell are you? You're going to charge me $2,000. Who the hell are you? Why should I listen to anything you have to say? That kind of comes on the box number 1. What makes you any different to the tens of thousands of people that are offering the same exact thing that you're offering? And more importantly, who have you helped in the same situation as me? Or why should I take action now? Either one of those. And the fastest way that I've noticed to get conversions, I mean, I literally, in my business, used a simple Instagram strategy to get to $4 million cash collected in my business. It's crazy. Even till today, I find it super crazy. I used a simple Instagram strategy to DM a bunch of strangers, and within 24 to 72 hours, I was able to sign clients like this. What's the biggest unfair advantage that I had that allowed me to do this? Well, it was one simple video, right? And this video is known as a VSL, right? For those of you that are new to the marketing world, which I hope you're not, because there's videos for coaches and agency owners, but anyone can use it, is a video sales letter, right? So a simple video designed to take someone that's a complete stranger and convert them into a red hot buyer that wants to do business with you today. I'll show you an example of this video. I should have one here, which looks something like this. So it's a simple video. You don't have to put it on a fancy page like this. You can literally record it using a free software like Loom or even YouTube and upload it to an unlisted link. And I pretty much broke down, hey, if you're watching this video, chances are you're someone that's this. So for this example, right, where we're targeting executives, CEOs, people that are developing like crazy health issues and need to get into shape ASAP, I might start my video off like this. Hey, if you're watching this video right now, chances are you're an executive, you're a CEO, and your job is extremely demanding, hitting on the pain point. And it's causing you health issues. You know, every time you look in the mirror, you're not as confident as you used to be when you first started your role. But the problem is you find yourself in this crazy paradox where you need to work more to make more money, to look after your family and, you know, fulfill your duties in your role, but then you can't find time to train yourself. And you've tried to buy fitness programs, you've tried different diets, you've tried signing up to the gym, but no matter what, these 5-day-a-week routines just aren't working out for you. So again, like on a separate video, I have an entire VSL framework, which I'd highly encourage you to watch. There's actually one inside my school community, which you can join for free below. But at the end of the day, like you pretty much break down, hey, here's who you are, here's why you're watching this, here's the pain that you're experiencing. And the reason you're experiencing this pain is because you're using this old method. You still believe that you need to go gym 5 days a week to get into shape. Well, lucky for you, I have this new method that doesn't involve going to the gym 5 days a week. I figured out the perfect solution for executives, CEOs to achieve X, Y, and Z thing, get into the best shape of their life, feel more self-confident, be in a situation where their health isn't a liability to them, it's an asset that brings them more promotions, etc., etc. And by the end of that video, you want to break down some proof. Maybe you've helped some people in the past with this. This is where your testimonials come in handy. If you don't have testimonials, you can pretty much do like free sessions with people, help them out, help them get wins, and then collect testimonials like that. Cut a long story short, like proof, testimonials, then a guarantee. Hey, we're looking to help X amount of executives get into X shape by X time, or we're going to give you this guarantee. All you simply need to do is click and book a call below. And on that call, you simply audit their health, audit what they're doing, create a personalized and tailored game plan, give them a bunch of value, and then offer them your paid program, your paid coaching program. So essentially, by now, you have your offer, you have your audience, you have a high converting video sales letter. And then by now, the next thing, now you want to focus on traffic. And there's two forms of traffic. There's active and then there's passive. So passive is going out there and creating content. Now you can create very specific content. For example, fitness routines that work well for CEOs, or debunking a myth. 5 reasons why you don't need to go to the gym 5 days a week to get into shape. Here's how to get into shape as an executive corporate CEO. And your content is all hyper relevant, very specific, and it's going to bring in the right type of clientele. That's option 1. Option 2 is active, where you go DM people. Right? And this is the strategy that's worked incredibly well for me. By the way, if you're someone that has a small following on Instagram and you struggle to predictably land high ticket clients on demand, on repeat, then you can pretty much get access to my Instagram Client Accelerator, where I show you everything I do from start to finish to land high ticket clients just like this for myself and my clients every single week. It's usually $197, but you can pretty much get it for $27. Coming back to this point where it goes with active traffic, you can go DM a bunch of these guys. Let's say, for example, I go on Instagram and I know that there's a gym where most of these executives and CEOs train at. There's a good example called Squarespace. I believe it's called Squarespace. No, it's called Third Space, I believe. Okay, cool. It's called Third Space. So let's say I know, is an example of active traffic. Like once you're creating content, you've branded your page correctly, I'm assuming, right? Again, the Instagram Client Accelerator shows you how to do that. If I go and I'm like, all right, cool, where do I find executives? Because I could pay for ads. But the only reason that you're going to go out there and pay for ads is because you don't know how to generate the traffic yourself. It exists on Instagram, it exists on Facebook, it exists on YouTube. The only reason you pay for ads is because you want the algorithm to bring the people to you. But here's the little thing that no one's going to tell you. If you know where to look, you no longer have to pay Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, etc. Let's say I know executives train at Third Space because this gym membership is like $300 a month, give or take. So people here are financially qualified. If I was to go and offer a $2,000 program to someone, it would be to someone that likely trains at a gym like this. It's their behaviors and characteristics. I could go on their story and see, okay, this gentleman is a little bit older. He clearly likes to train hard. His health is an important priority. Could pretty much go and DM him and say, hey, notice you train at Third Space. It's an incredible gym, isn't it? Quick opening message, right? Yeah, I love training at Third Space. It's a great gym, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, interesting. And, I noticed that for someone your age, you're in incredible shape. You like going skiing, etc., etc. Just out of curiosity, I'm doing one-on-one health audits this week. I'd love to give you a free health audit, walk you through an extremely tailored game plan to help you get from X to Y. Would you find that helpful? Yes, I would. Great. Now you've taken a complete stranger that's already pre-qualified to some degree and you've converted them into a book call. And that is literally how I take my calendar from completely empty to fully booked, right? I mean, if I was to show you my sales calendar, it's fully booked every single day of the week for months and months and months. And I spend virtually $0 on generating leads for my business that are qualified, right? So you've now offered some free advice to this gentleman, There's a very high chance that he's going to be interested in what you have to say because he's a gym enthusiast. Now, by the time you get on a sales call, before you actually get on a sales call, this is where this video comes in handy. Because you say, hey, by the way, I noticed that we're booked in for X and Y and Z time. Just prior to jumping on a quick call together, would you like me to send you over a quick training video that I think is going to resonate with you deeply? Yes, great. Now send it me a VSL. It's going to break down who the hell you are, how you can help solve this person's pain, and why they need to take action right now, okay? And proof and testimonials and all that good stuff. Now, let me ask you a question, even though I know you can't virtually answer me because you're watching a YouTube video. How likely do you think this person's going to be to turn around and pretty much, take you up on your offer by the time they're on a sales call? By the time you've already pre-qualified them, they've watched your VSL, you know that they're a right fit, and now you've given them a bunch of free value and offered your program? The answer is very freaking likely. This is the easiest strategy to making $10,000 per month. And it doesn't stop there. There's actually one more thing I want to break down with you before we end this video. If all you was to do is use my simple Instagram strategy, you just create some content and stuff like that, nail down your offer and just connect with 3 interested people a day, every day for 30 days, how many people would you have in a month's time? You'd have 90 people. Of course, in business, we have to account for things like sharp rates and other things. People might be financially unqualified, etc., etc. I get it. Been in business for a very long time, and I know these things can come up, which is understandable. So let's say only 10% of those people actually buy from you. 10% of 90 people, that's about 9 clients, give or take. If 9 clients were to spend just literally $2,000 with you each, how much money are you making every month? It's $18,000. Right? Would you be upset making an extra $18,000 every single month? Or is that not a bad start? It's not a bad start. And even if all you was to do, like if half of everything I'm saying is working out, right, and Kyle's cat's gonna get it, then at the very least, you're still gonna generate $9,000, which is pretty damn close to your goal of $10,000 a month. This is by far the fastest, the most effective guide, step by step, no BS, on how you're gonna go from 0 to $10,000 a month. Now, I'm gonna take it a step further for you guys that are a little bit more advanced and want to scale way beyond that. If you're like, look, I'm already making $10,000 a month, I want to scale way beyond that. Well, here's the thing. Once you crack these numbers, right? Once you're like, all right, cool, I've getting 3 clients, you don't need to do any more than this. Most people believe, and I'll tell you from experience, having reached over $100,000 months in my business, that scaling means more leads, more clients, blah, blah, blah. And I'll tell you that's complete BS. Scaling means doing less, but achieving more. If I was to take the same example and I was to work with even less clients or the same amount of clients and all I did is bump this price point up to $8,000. Now, with the same amount of effort, we are generating, if my math serves me correctly, about $72,000, give or take, with the same amount of effort. Again, half of that, I'm not gonna figure it out because my math isn't great, but it's about $36,000 US, which is again, not so bad. It's the same amount of effort. The only thing that you're gonna go back and tweak once you have this figured out is time, experience, outcome. By now, for $8,000, you might fly out to your clients and coach them in person. I'm gonna hold you accountable, hold a gun to your head, hold a machine gun to your brain until you work out. I'm joking, don't actually do that. You're gonna get arrested and I didn't tell you to do that. Point being, it's the fastest strategy to scaling to $10,000 a month, almost guaranteed inside of your business. Once you've done this, there is 0 chance that you're not gonna be able to scale. So with that being said, if you've enjoyed this video, I want you to do 2 very simple things. Number 1, smash that subscribe button because I'm gonna create more content like this. Number 2, if you need help growing your business, then book in a personalized one-on-one scaling session where I'd personally sit down with you or one of my team members, and we're not gonna let you leave that 45-minute session until you walk away with the most concrete game plan that's gonna allow you to scale your business. So with that being said, comment below if there's anything else that you need, but just click the links below. You get access to my free school community. If you wanna purchase my Instagram Client Accelerator, you're more than welcome to do so. But pretty much, I'll see you in the next video.